Why Winston-Salem? Why North Carolina School of the Arts?
Winston-Salem is a very special place, and I love the fact that there is this direct relationship, a kind of ownership, a sense of ownership of the people here with this school.
And when you walk with John Mauceri across campus, you get a sense this is where he wants and needs to be.
Well, what they wanted was someone who was actively performing, an actively performing artist, someone who had worked in academia, somebody who would raise the profile of the school. A party at Maya Angelou's house for the president.
And what better person than John Mauceri? Teacher, composer, arranger, internationally recognized conductor who's worked with some of the world's greatest orchestras, opera companies, and soloists. Personal friend and colleague of Leonard Bernstein, an Emmy, Tony, and Grammy Award winner who's made more than 70 recordings, including the soundtrack of Evita with Madonna, and probably the world authority on music for film.
The first thing is that instead of being a retired musician, I'm somebody who's actually doing it. What it means is that when I perform, I represent the school now.
Well, good evening. I'm John Mauceri, and this is the Hollywood Bowl Orchestra.
Just as he did when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame of the Hollywood Bowl, where he helped found and build the orchestra.
You know, I'm now Chancellor of the North Carolina School of the Arts in Winston-Salem. It's one of the 16 UNC campuses, and we have a high school, a college, and a graduate school in drama, in dance, in music, filmmaking, and design and production.
16 North Carolina School of the Arts high school dancers even performed that night. It would seem to the layperson as if conducting, teaching, composing, arranging, directing, and performing would be quite different from administrating. How do you view that? Are there more similarities than differences?
I said, you know, if you're looking for somebody who will sit behind a desk, then you have the wrong person. If you're looking for somebody who will go to filling out forms for hours and hours, I'm the wrong guy.
So Mauceri's leading those 5 schools just as he leads the different sections of an orchestra with an emphasis on teamwork at the same time. He's a teacher and working role model for his kids, as he calls the students.
Oh, pizza lunch. Oh, I see. All the food groups. That kind of pizza and that kind of pizza.
And showing people the School of the Arts places an emphasis on both performing. This is a mask class in which the students learn to communicate or act silently without facial expressions.
Do you realize you have a hole in your pants?
And something that doesn't get as much public recognition.
Well, what they don't understand is that the School of the Arts is about performance, but about 35 or 40% of what we teach are all the backstage people, the people who design, build the scenery, run the shows, all the technical aspects, the lighting.
This area, Mauceri says, also illustrates one of the school's greatest needs, storage space. This room houses the clothing and costumes student actors have made and used over the years.
To have this was a donation to have this room exist, but we have scenery and sets which are sitting in kind of vans and semi-vans in Winston-Salem parked, but we have to rent them. And so that's another very big thing. Talk about the least sexy idea. Do you want to try and raise money for a storage unit? Yeah. We'll name it after you, Neill.
Yeah, thank you.
The Neill McNeill storage unit. Exactly. There you are.
I would be honored.
So would we.
But in all seriousness, storage, a new on-campus library, administration building, and a performing arts center are all in his vision and part of his mission.
And the fact is that America has dominated the arts and the performing arts and the creativity of the world for at least 75 years now. And we need to embrace that and understand that it is as normal as apple pie, it's as normal as baseball,